Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Final Fantasy Series Playthrough, episode 171, Final Fantasy IX, part 19. And I am assuming that we are basically at the final boss. I could be wrong, because I have been wrong before about Final Fantasy Final Dungeons. Good lord, have I been wrong. Kuja. Nice of you to come. I'm surprised you beat the 4 chaoses that I created from the crystal's memory. But you're too late. Take a good look. Isn't it beautiful? It's the original crystal. This is where it all began. The birthplace of all things. Once I destroy it, everything will be gone. Gaia, Terra, the universe. Your lives and memories too, of course. Shut up. The only thing that's gonna be gone is you. I'll take you out right now. You honestly think you can beat me? Even if you do, Gaia's already doomed. Assimilation by Terra has begun, and the Eva tree will incite a cataclysmic destruction of Gaia. It's all over for you and your friends. See? I win. Either way. Doesn't matter. Even if Gaia is assimilated, the planet will remain, and we'll start over to make a new home. Kuja, you're nothing but a coward. You're gonna die, leave us out of it. Why should this world exist without me? That wouldn't be fair. If I die, we all die. Zidane, you will be my first sacrifice. I'm gonna say this itself is not the final boss fight. Because this is not final boss music. Well, that would explain it, because that's definitely not Kuja. Well, let's sit here and do nothing until I see how much damage this does. Oh, it's Death Guys. I don't really think that it's worth checking to see if he has anything stealable, but let's see what it says. Wreckin', Vivi. I'll take that. Boom. Dual Claws, Black Belt, Elixir. He's carrying stuff that we need to steal. And he stole the least important thing on the list. Because of course he did. At the black belt, which I personally feel was the more important option to get from him. Well, I don't know if Steiner was level 5, was a level 5. That's less than ideal. Although I guess Steiner is just going to get right back up, because that's what he does. Twister. Now Steiner's about to die. And Kukri, that's less than ideal. It healed Zidane, though. Okay, Phoenix down. Kukri back up. Come on. Good. I'll let Vivi just keep blasting him. I have Zidane pick Steiner back up. And then Kukri, Kiraga the party. Or the fight could be over. How did they beat Death Guys? You really think you can beat me? Oh, now we can run away. I'm actually surprised it let us do that. Alright, what does Black Belt do? Oh, I already had one. Never mind. Completely unimportant. Use another one. And save. Can't believe you beat Death Guys. Well, my time is almost up. Time to die, everyone. Okay, now we're getting some final boss music. I suspect there's going to be 2 phases of this fight, but this at least feels different. Okay, anything worth stealing? Rebirth Ring, White Robe, Ether, don't care about that. So Zidane's on combat here. Evening, Kyle. Yep. I'm not entirely sure what I have set up, but apparently Zidane gets healed by Twister. So when he popped Twister off, I thought, oh, that might kill us, and then it didn't, because it missed Vivi and Zidane got healed to full by it, so... Who'd you pop with that? Maybe? Yeah, what's the big hit thing? Solution 9? Yes, Solution 9. Flare Star. That sounds familiar. Didn't one of the other Final Fantasy final bosses have a Flare Star spell? How much damage that do? Considerable. Curaga the party. I feel like it was one of the FF6 bosses. It might not have been Kefka, but one of them had Flare Star. I could see the spell in my mind. Now, is Vivi gonna hit him back with it? No, he is not. Alas. He's gonna do it again. He gets to cast fast. Vivi down. Hit him again. Okay. Do I need a Curaga or can I? Probably need a Curaga. We'll have Steiner pick up Vivi on his next turn. Once again, I had completely forgotten that Steiner's magic blade even exists until Vivi's dead. Alright, don't drop Zidane, please. Okay, good. Okay. Phase 2. Transition into a even more powerful boss. What happened to the crystal? Where is this? You stand before the final dimension, and I don't. Oh, that's not Garland's voice. You stand before the final dimension, and I am the darkness of eternity. Who are you? All life bears death from birth. Life fears death, but lives only to die. It starts with anxiety. Anxiety becomes fear. Fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Hello, Yoda. We're about to fight Yoda. The only cure for this fear is total destruction. Kuja was a victim of his own fear. He concluded he could only save himself by destroying the origin of all things, the crystal. What the heck are you talking about? Why are you telling me all of this? Now, the theory is undeniable. Kuja's action proves it. All things live to perish. At last, life has uncovered this truth. Now it is time to end this world. What do you mean by that? I exist for one purpose. To return everything back to the Zero World, where there is no life, and no crystal to give life. In a world of nothing, fear does not exist. This is the world that all life desires. Who the hell do you think you are? You're not ending anything. Never. Not as long as we have the will to live. Foolish creature. Your fears have already deluded you. One day you will choose destruction over existence, as Kuja did. When he sought to destroy the crystal, the purpose of life ended. Now come, enter the Zero World you desire. No. We'll destroy you and prove you're wrong. And through our memories, future generations will see that we can overcome any fear. We can't give up now. We have to fight together. Even if we lose, doesn't matter. Our memories will live on inside others. So even if we are born to die, I'm not afraid. I'm gonna live. Well, everybody has 1 HP. Going with this party. Come back after you kill bad guy. I prepare big meal for everyone. Ah. So the 4 that you don't use resurrect the others, okay? Don't screw up. I leave everything in your hands. Promise me you'll win. Let's check something right quick. Auto hazing, bird killer. I mean, I guess it could have just been pure luck. He does have gamble defense. Maybe that's what made Twister backfire. Or heal him. Ah, there we go. Ribbon. It's the ribbon that did it. Absorbs water and wind damage. We've come too far to lose now. Let's just wrap this up and go home. All of us. Alright, what you got for me, game? Well, that's certainly a thing. Ow. Uh-oh, he just cast something on myself on me and I didn't notice what it was. Is Vivi about to nuke himself? Oh, it doesn't appear that it was a reflect, kind of like I was afraid it was. Looks like it might have been shell. Actually, oh wait, no. Yeah, the Coliseum. I can remember the Coliseum in FF6. Yeah, that's. I can see a bit of that. Grand Cross. Lightning damage? Preemptive Kiraga for the whole party. Not lightning damage. Or maybe it is lightning damage. That's a lot of lightning. Oh, this is Zap Zidane and nobody else. Oh wait, no, it did something. I think Steiner's frozen. Looks like Vivi's frozen as well. And now Zidane's dead. So he poisoned him as well. And that is his third turn since I told Kukri to heal us. Okay, Steiner is going to have to pick up... No, we're going to have Vivi do that. I can reduce his magic. I doubt it's going to work, but I'm going to give it a shot. That is one thing that I kind of hate about debuffs in Final Fantasy, is so many enemies are immune to them. I hope I have enough potions. Okay, he's casting Protect on himself. I'm fine with that. Targeting Vivi specifically, or targeting everybody, okay. Wonder why Vivi hasn't been able to use any of these spells back at him. Oh, maybe he is. No? Yeah, it doesn't work. Well, it's just one of those things in Final Fantasy games, there's always debuffs. They always exist, but they're almost always useless. Except maybe in like one specific time and location where they're actually useful for once. But you don't use them ever because they never work, so you don't think to use them at those times. I mean, like Mandy and using scan. Like, Mandy never scans because it never works. Which I actually... This is just a me being old thing, but Final Fantasy II on Super Nintendo, which we can actually call Final Fantasy IV now. But back on the Super Nintendo, I'm pretty sure scan couldn't miss. So that was the game that taught me to use scan. So I use it all the time, even when it does miss. And it annoys me, but I still use it. Well, if we can survive a couple more turns, Vivi is going to get trance, and then I think this fight's over. He says right before the boss whips out some kind of spell that knocks the entire party down to 1 health. I remember Kefka. I know he liked to do that every couple of turns. Actually, I want to say Zeromus did in FF4 as well. But man, like one ability that every Final Fantasy game seems to have, Osmos. So you can steal MP from the enemy to get your MP back. There's like one enemy in 40 that actually works on. I should have used Flare Strike with Steiner, not just a regular attack, but oh well. Oh, the boss has Shell up. I think it's probably just one of those things. Some people use it and it worked, so they use it all the time. But me, like every time I've ever been in a situation where I need MP, I need it right now, how am I going to get it? Only thing I can do is, let's try Osmos, and then I'll get 1 HP back, or 1 MP back, or it'll just miss. That felt an awful lot like the boss just cast Curaga on itself, but I didn't see any, I didn't see a healing number. So hopefully it's bound by the 999 cap. Oh, is it over? Why defy your fate? Phase 2. Is the will to live that powerful? Or maybe he was just teleporting us out before he explodes? It feels like there's still another phase to go here. He was interesting and all, but most of his abilities seemed not that impressive. This is not the end. I am eternal. As long as there is life and death. Ah. Trees aren't supposed to do that. Are you alright? Yeah. Look at what's happening. What Kuja said is true. The Aoife tree is beginning its violent reaction. What's gonna happen? I don't know, but it doesn't look good. I've been playing Final Fantasy since the beginning. Final Fantasy was probably like the third or fourth video game I ever played when I was like 4. Super Mario Brothers, Duck Hunt, The Legend of Zelda, and Final Fantasy. I doubt anyone could have survived that explosion. No! Captain! They are still alive. What? Where are they? Over there. The Hildegard is probably closer. You, the tall one. Sir, Hagen, Pluto Knight 8th, ma'am. I didn't ask for your name. Contact the Hildegard right away. Yes, sir, ma'am, sir. Please be alive. Sire, we're receiving a transmission from the Red Rose. Punch it up on the main line. This is the Red Rose. You're not General Beatrix. Who are you? My name is Makoto. Everyone is alive. You are very close to them. What? How do you know? I can hear him. Who? Prepare to land immediately. It's the Hildegard 3. Looks like Cid came to rescue us. Cid! Thank heavens you're all safe. Come quickly. We don't have much time. Farewell, Zidane. This is Garland. Farewell, Zidane. Ah, damn it. What's wrong? Why don't you go on ahead? I'll catch up with you all later. I have to take care of something. What? He's still alive. He can't be. Zidane, what are you doing? Diner. Take care of Kukri. What? What do you mean by that? Kuja's still alive. I can't just leave him. This is ludicrous. Just because you two are from the same planet doesn't mean... No, that's not the reason. Come on, Zidane. Are you doing this? Because I might have done the same thing if I were in his shoes. I probably would have fought against you guys, wreaked havoc in Gaia like he did. I know it sounds crazy, but I know deep down inside, I have to do this. You're not crazy, Zidane. But you go help Kuja, not good idea. isn't too dangerous. I can't just leave him. There's no way I could live with myself. I'm going. You're making a big mistake. Maybe. But we all have to make big decisions in life sometimes. For me, now's that time. I have to face up to it, just like Vivi did when he confronted his fears to find out about himself. That was a big decision for Vivi. I don't know about that. I don't think it was that really a big deal. That's what you think. But I might not be doing this if it weren't. You've definitely taught me to take life more seriously. Well, you're obviously not going to change your mind, so I'm coming with you. The principle of knighthood requires that one assist his comrade in times of need. I shall accompany you as well. Whoa, wait a minute. Like I said, it's my moment, so don't butt in. You guys will have your own someday. Besides, you guys have more important things to worry about, like Burmecia and Alexandria. For once in your life, why can't you be? Sorry, but I can't. I can't just walk away. It goes against my... You're a real simpleton. Forget it, guys. There's no stopping this fool. What are you still doing out there? Get on board, right now! Come on. Let's just leave him and get out of here. That guy'll never change. Alright, you heard the man. Get out of here before it's too late. Zidane, I love you. You better come back. Zidane, I eat more different food. I still hungry. You need come back. Take me more places. Show me more food. I still can't believe you're doing this. You've changed, Zidane. Till we meet again. Zidane, you've taught me another big lesson in life. Thanks. Zidane. Princess, we must go. Agreed. I mean, Your Highness. The abduction is over. I can't take you any further. Sorry for being so selfish. No, you're not being selfish. You've done so much for us. If it weren't for you, I would have led a meaningless life. With you, I was able to see so much of the world and meet so many people. We faced many hardships, too, but I think I finally know what's important. So fortunate to have met you. I'll never forget our trip together. Thank you, Zidane. Promise me one thing. Please, come back. Pooja, can you hear me? I'm coming to get you. You still have time. Forget about me. Just shut up and stay where you are. I don't understand you. Okay, here goes nothing. Oh, the PS1 must have been screaming in pain trying to render this. I mean, I know this is the remastered version, so it didn't look like this, but if they even attempted this... Hey, that's me. You might be wondering, how'd I get into this mess? Whew. Still alive. Guess that was pretty crazy. Hey, you alright? Today. What are you doing here? I told you to go. Wouldn't you do the same for me if you knew I was dying? Never mind. Comrades were able to escape. Yep. I knew you had something to do with it. Yeah, well, our turn to get moving. Served. Just listen to this. No one's useless. You helped us escape, remember? After you guys beat me. Then I finally I was too. Hey, don't you go dying on me, alright? Pooja, what you did was wrong. But you gave us all one thing. Hope. We were all created for the wrong reason, but you alone defied our fate. We do not want to forget this. We want your memory to live on forever. To remind us that we are not created, that our life has meaning. Sometime later, Alexandria. Pick up the pace, will ya? Believe it. Vivi? Vivi? How do you know that name? What are you talking about? Me, Puck. How could you forget me? Puck. You know, Puck. The Prince of Burmecia? Come on, what's wrong with you? If you're not Vivi, then who are you? I'm Vivi's son. There are many Vivis. Look at all the Vivis. I always talked about you, Zidane. How you were a very special person to us. Because you taught us all how important life is. Freya, you're leaving soon, are you not? Yes, I can hardly wait to see everyone. Alexandria. I went there many years ago. I had expected him to play a bigger role in things. How long would it take to rebuild Bermesia? I don't care, as long as I'm with you. I love you, Freya. Yet he still doesn't remember our past. I just want to cherish our time right now. Taught me that life doesn't last forever. That's why we have to help each other live life to the fullest. It's time to say goodbye to this room. Save the Queen. You have served me well. My duty is finished here. Farewell, Alexandria. Even if you say goodbye, you'll always be in our hearts. So I know we're not alone. Hey. Why are you going to Alexandria? You're not going? Never said that. Hey, wait. Why I was born. How I wanted to. Thanks for giving me time to think. Good food not only delicious. Good food made with heart. It's very important when cooking for friends. Keep doing what you set your heart on. It's a very hard thing to do. We were all so courageous. Hurry, hurry. You gotta get there before the play begins. There's no need to hurry. The theater ship is no match for my new ship. My new Hildegard is the fastest ship ever. Do I have to remind you? You said the same thing about the theater ship. That's what you said, father. Aiko, what did you just call me? Darling, she called you father. Father, mother, hurry. Say it again, Aiko. What to do when I felt lonely. The only thing you couldn't teach me. But we need to figure it out. Yeah, we need to figure out the answer for ourselves. Beatrix! Where are you going? Please don't ask. My mind is already set. Wait! Listen to me. I never wish to lose you again. Steiner. Let us protect the Queen together. So happy I met everyone. Wish we could have gone on more adventures. But I guess we all have to say goodbye someday. Alright, you scumbags. We're almost there. Been a long time since we saw Alexandria. Give them a show they won't forget. Break a leg, people. Everyone, thank you. Farewell. My memories will be part of the sky. Leadership will arrive any minute. Been so long. Can't wait to see everyone. But it'll never be the same. I have to let go of the past. I have to move on, like he taught me. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's performance is a story that takes place long, long ago. Our heroine, Princess Corlina, is torn from her lover Marcus. She attempts to flee the castle, only to be captured by her father, King Leo. Tonight's story begins when Marcus and Cornelia decide to run away together. And now, Your Royal Majesty, Queen Garnet, Lord Steiner, Lady Beatrix, noble ladies and lords, and our rooftop viewers, Tantalus proudly presents I Something Canary. Marcus? Wait, Mark. I fear I would love... Princess, wilt thou be happy married to a lowly peasant such? Prithee, call me princess no more. Marcus, wilt thou truly cherish me, the king's only daughter? Or is such a desire to... It's going faster than I can read it, so I'm not going to try. Easter egg? Ah. Well, he's probably very happy to see you, but is also going to kill you for that. That was a pretty good one.
Alone for a while, I've been searching through the dark for traces of the love you left inside my lonely heart. To weave by picking up the pieces that remain.
Yeah, watching the ending after you mentioned if they are doing a remake, I've talked previously just in my head, like, how would they do a remake of this? And like, I've always been kind of one of those, I don't know whether they should try to keep to the original art style or try something new. But watching the ending here, I've decided they need to stick to the original art style, because you cannot subject people to high-res Kita. You can't do that. That would be a horror show. I mean, they can clean it up, add more polygons and whatnot, but yeah. I mean, it would actually be interesting to see what the art masters at the Final Fantasy teams could do when they weren't required to go for photorealism. As they could still be cartoony, but man, they might be able to do some really amazing stuff with that. That was one thing. I had expected there to be more about the black waltzes as well. I'd expected them to keep cropping up. But I guess they had served their purpose, and Kuja no longer had any use for them at that point. I would say remake. I feel like this story ended in a good place. It doesn't need a sequel. Although I do remember the way FF4 ended so long ago, it set up a sequel. A sequel they didn't do for 20 years. Well, it might have been more like 15 years, but still. Well, it's kind of a sequel. I can't remember what time period the Wii came out in. It's like early 2000s somewhere. But Square did a special re-release, I want to say, of Final Fantasy IV for the Wii. And at the same time decided to do kind of a spin-off game that they call the After Years. Was actually kind of one of the first games with DLC, because it came out back when the idea of episodic releases was just kind of becoming a new thing. So like it came out with like one short little storyline, you know, like 5 hours of gameplay, and then a month later they released another 5 hours of gameplay with a different party set, and then over the next like year they released chunks of it, and then the last chunk was almost as big as, you know, a small Final Fantasy game all on its own, but with the same characters with a little bit of extra thrown in. But I would recommend, like, I very much enjoyed the After Years because I love Final Fantasy IV, but if you play Final Fantasy IV and at the end you're like, well, that was pretty good, I'm glad I played that, but you don't really feel like you want more, don't dive into the After Years, because it can be a bit of a slog at points. But I'm pretty sure the After Years is available on Steam. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I read like I said, when I finished FF8 a few months ago, it was the first time I'd ever played FF8. But I'd read a story written like 15 years ago or something of someone whose theory was that Squall died at the end of Disc 2, and that all Disc 3 was just the weird stuff happening in his brain as he was dying. Because Disc 3 was weird. So it would be interesting to see a remake or a sequel of FF8 as well. Well, we can always dream. Have you ever played Mass Effect, Kyle? Okay, if you had, I was going to go into my weird crackpot theory on Mass Effect, but just leave it at that I have opinions on the Mass Effect story. I love the games, I love the story, but I have opinions. Yeah, one of these days I need to play through the Legendary Edition. I want to play those games again, but you know, the backlog. The backlog is a backlog and it grows forever and forever. Of course, now Final Fantasy IX is complete. The question is, what do I do on Friday? I've been doing a mainline game followed by a spin-off. So I'm thinking on Friday we will either start the Final Fantasy Origins, the Strangers in Paradise, you know, Chaos Puncher, or we will do Crystal Chronicles. My original plan had been Chaos Puncher after 9, and Crystal Chronicles after 10-2. But with the art style similarities, I think Crystal Chronicles might fit better at this point. But I haven't decided yet. But so yeah, it'll be a spinoff, followed by 10 and 10-2. Then the other spinoff I didn't do, followed by 12. And don't know if I want to do Type 0 after 12, or if I want to do the 13 series before Type 0. Well, that's probably a problem I'm not going to have to deal with until next year sometime. So, because the backlog, it never ends. So yeah, this will be a week of new games. So a new Final Fantasy on Friday, new Zelda on Saturday. So fun times. Nice. FF7 Reunion. Are you talking about the Crisis Core remake? Well, I will just let you know, in my personal opinion, I've been ranking all of the games as I play them on stream. And I ranked Crisis Core, the Crisis Core remake, as the third highest Final Fantasy game on the list. I'm not quite sure where 9 is going to go on the list yet, but I have 6 on top, 7 in second place, and Crisis Core in third. I put Crisis Core over the 7 remake. So, I love that story. I'd never played it before the remake came out, but there's not to overhype it, but I loved that story. I wasn't a big fan of 8, mostly because I just never really connected with Squall. He's basically annoyed me most of the time. And, like, basically that was it. That was it. But, let's see. How do I have them currently ranked? I have 6 on top, 7 Crisis Core, 7 Remake. I gotta scroll down through my list and try not to skip any. Yeah, I have Tactics next. Then Final Fantasy IV, which, like I've said before, Final Fantasy IV is my favorite Final Fantasy, but I accept that it has problems, and I don't rank it at the top as the best Final Fantasy, but I do love Final Fantasy IV. Then I had 8 as the next one after that. Then 5. Then the OG. Then I ranked Final Fantasy IV the after years separately, and I have it this low for reasons that I'm just going to say the final dungeon is long. It is so long. That's the entire reason that it ended up where it is. Then Mystic Quest, Final Fantasy III, and Final Fantasy II at the bottom. But, like I've said before, I've got Final Fantasy II ranked as my least favorite Final Fantasy here, but it still has very interesting ideas, some of which I would like to see brought back. And it was kind of the original Final Fantasy with actual characters. Because Final Fantasy 1 was like playing D&D. You picked your classes and ran with that. Your characters never spoke. But Final Fantasy 2 had an actual party of characters. Final Fantasy 3 also had a party of characters, but kind of less so than 2. But it introduced the job system, like FF14 has, FF5 had. I think FF11 had it as well. Well, it's not so much no story. It's just like FF1, it has a story, but your characters don't interact directly with the story. Like, you walk in there, you click on the king says, "Oh, would you please save my daughter?" And then you go and save his daughter. You don't have a discussion about it. So, it's a 35-year-old RPG. They couldn't do all that much back then. Times were the times back then. But, I mean, I also played the original Final Fantasy when I was 4 years old. I didn't need much story back then. Yep, I played that game. Oh. Was that Bad Dudes? Are you a bad enough dude to save the president? Oh. I mean, it was amazing back then. I mean, like, how small the teams were, and really how fast they could churn games out back then. It's a shame there wasn't more money in it back then, or like the NES might have 10,000 games on it these days. Yep. I mean, really, if you think about it, like, NES video games, like, say, the original Final Fantasy, I mean, the entire game, like, art assets, all the code, all the music, everything had to fit on, like, 64 kilobytes or something. Let's see. Oh, yeah, probably. I actually have no idea if there was a damage cap in the original Final Fantasy, just because I don't think it was actually possible to get that high. I mean, like, the final boss of the original Final Fantasy only had 2,000 health in the original NES version. Well, I mean, they wrote an assembly back when they were writing on in NES, so, I mean, you were basically just locked down by your register sizes. I think NES, SNES, and Sega were pretty much exclusively written in assembly. You can still buy the processors that the NES used. Build your own little computer running the same hardware as an NES. It's actually the chips they were teaching us how to do assembly on when I was in college. The 6052, the 8052. The 6502. And you can still buy those things. I think they're made by ARM these days. They would probably tell you yes, and then ask you to leave very quickly afterwards. Assembly is fun, though, but I would not want to write a full application in assembly. Because you'd have to specify which assembly. True. Well, Kyle, I think that's where I'm probably going to call it for today. We have defeated Final Fantasy IX, and I'll be back tomorrow, probably with more WoW, because there'll be a new Twitch drop up tomorrow. But until then, I want to thank y'all for joining me. Hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll see y'all next time, and have a good night.